Hi everybody, welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new to the channel. If you're new, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you will subscribe and watch all my other videos. The other day I was getting ready for work and I knew the perfect necklace to finish off my outfit. But when I went and got it, it was tarnished. And I have quite a little collection of silver necklaces that are tarnished. And I can't wear them. And I don't like that. Now, a while ago, I bought a product from a jeweler, which is a little jar of liquid, and it's got a little spinny dish in it, and um, it's supposed to clean your jewelry. And when I used it, I didn't feel like it did anything, so I haven't been using it. So I decided that this week I was going to look into some alternative methods of cleaning tarnish off with silver jewelry and give them a try. So I picked 3 other methods and I am going to test them along with the jeweler's product uh, just to compare it, see if it does a better job this time. I don't know. So we're going to test 4 different methods, including the jeweler's product. And let's see if any of them do the job. Here are the 4 necklaces that I'm going to use. I think they're all pretty equally tarnished. The one on the end here might be a little darker or a little more tarnished than the others, but I think they're all pretty equally tarnished. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't care which one does the better job. I just hope that something does a good job. So here we're going to use the combination of baking soda and foil, which I will explain as we do it. Here we're going to use a can of 0 sugar Coca-Cola. This is the solution and jar that I purchased from a jeweler. And this is the pink stuff and a toothbrush. Okay, the first method I'm going to do is the cleaning liquid from the jeweler. I've read the instructions on the back. You are to immerse the piece in the liquid for 2 minutes. This one doesn't have the little swishy tray. I thought it did, but it didn't reference that in the instructions. So it said to immerse it for 2 minutes, and oh, it does have the tray. Okay, here's the little tray. Can you see that? Where you put it so that you can swish it around. It didn't reference that in the instructions, but I will do it. It also comes with a little brush. So we're going to immerse that for 2 minutes, swish it around for part of that time, and we'll see how it does. Siri, set a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
So while we're waiting for that to soak, let's talk about what tarnish is. On silver jewelry, tarnish is a chemical reaction between the silver and the sulfur compounds. They form a layer of silver sulfide on the jewelry, which makes it look dark or black and not have it shine anymore. Okay, the 2 minutes is up. Let's pull this out. I think it still looks dark. We're to rinse this in cold water and then dry with a soft cloth. Well, this is not a scientific comparison, but I don't think it did anything. Parts of it look a little better, but parts of it weren't as bad to begin with. And there's definitely a whole section here that I think still looks dark and black and tarnished. So once again, I am not impressed with the product I bought from the jeweler. Let's try the Coca-Cola next. We are to submerge the item in a bowl of Coke. It says for a few minutes. The reason that Coke is supposed to work is because Coke contains phosphoric acid. So it reacts with the silver sulfide that's deposited on the jewelry when the silver and sulfur compounds react. So it loosens that silver sulfide so it can be removed. Got a piece sticking out here. What I read said it's best to use like Diet Coke because regular Coke has so much sugar in it that the sugar can leave a sticky residue on the jewelry. But it said avoid leaving it in the Coke for too long because the acid could potentially damage the silver if left in there for extended periods. Now, I would love it if this worked on my jewelry. I'd be happy to buy Diet Coke to clean my jewelry, but given that it can take that off, and if you leave it too long, it can damage the silver, imagine what it's doing to the inside of your stomach if you're drinking it. All right. I'm going to rinse this and then dry it off with the cloth. I don't know if it's been in long enough. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but I may have to compare these to the before shots that I filmed to see if there's any difference, but I'm certainly not getting the results I had hoped for. To me, this again still looks dark, tarnished. It's certainly not bright and shiny silver to my eye. So I'll show it a little more close up. I don't think that looks any better. I'm really disappointed.
Aww.
Okay, now we're going to try the pink stuff, the Miracle Cleaning Paste. This is not sponsored. So it says gently put a small amount of the pink stuff paste onto a soft cloth or sponge. Lightly rub the paste onto the surface of the jewelry. Then rinse under cold water any residue that's on there, and then clean or dry it with a soft cloth. I feel like I'm seeing some results with this.
Yay!
Why did I think I needed a toothbrush for this one? Now, oh, this one, I'm going to put this down and do it on here. I think that'd be easier. So I would say this method is a little more labor intensive because really you're doing the work along with the paste rather than just letting it sit in something. But if it gets my jewelry untarnished, then that's fine. I'm happy to do the work. And I think this one is working. You know, when I first got this stuff, again, this is not sponsored, but I'd been hearing all over the internet how great the pink stuff was for everything. And so I bought some. And the first thing I used it on, and I can't remember what that was, but I wasn't impressed. I didn't think it did I think it was my stovetop, which is like a glass stovetop. I think it was that, and I wasn't impressed. I didn't think it did a better job than anything else, and maybe not as good as some things. So, you know, I really didn't think about this stuff for any other jobs. And then something got on my vanity top, which is a lot like this. It is a marble one upstairs in my bathroom, and I couldn't get it out, and I was just sick about it. And then I saw I had a jar of this up there, and I thought, well, you might as well give it a try. And it took it out without harming my countertop. And I was so happy and relieved and grateful. So when I saw, I didn't see this as a suggestion. I Googled it. I said, can you use the pink stuff to clean silver jewelry? And it was like, yes, you can. Oh, and I would say I'm pretty happy with how this is going. Now, with this stuff, you do have to be a little bit careful because it is a little bit abrasive. It's certainly not as abrasive as most cleaners, but it can be a little bit. So if you're going to use it on your jewelry, you do want to be careful. All right, I'm going to rinse this, but so far, I'm hopeful. Let me get the kind of the inside here. I wanted to dry it with something that didn't have any of the paste on it. After rinsing it in cold water, oh, that looks so much better. A little Mickey head. There's a piece here that looks a bit dark, so maybe I didn't clean it well enough. You know, maybe I need to take a second pass at this, but I would say so far, this is the only one that I would consider successful. Okay, for this one, we've lined a small bowl in tin foil. You are to sprinkle a small scoop of baking soda in the bowl. I don't know how much they consider a small scoop. Put your jewelry on top of the baking soda, and then cover your jewelry with boiling water. There is a small reaction between the boiling water and the baking soda. It just kind of fizzes up for a minute. Just let it soak for a few minutes, and it doesn't even say to rinse it, but you are supposed to dry this one with a microfiber cloth. So I got out a microfiber cloth. I can smell some kind of a reaction. I think it's, I don't know. My dad used to, my dad used to make up a cup of baking soda and water almost every night before he went to bed. It was for heartburn. And I never smelled a reaction then. He certainly never mentioned anything. I'm wondering if what I smell is the reaction between this and the silver sulfide on the jewelry. It's not a strong smell. Okay, I'm going to take it out and dry it off, and we'll see. Well, I feel like this one is a bit better, but it still has tarnish on it in places. So it almost looks spotty. So I wonder if you sort of coated this in baking soda, like dredged it, kind of like you do a piece of chicken, so that every bit of it had contact with baking soda. I have to go pick the girls up from the groomers, so I'm going to stop now, but if I remember, I will try the dredging method when I come home, and we'll see if it makes any difference. So here are the 4 necklaces after they have been treated. So this is the one that was done with the jeweler's product. This is the one that was done with the Coca-Cola. This is the one that was done with the pink stuff, cleaning paste, and this is the one that was done with the tin foil and the baking soda and boiling water. So in my opinion, the pink stuff did the best job. The next best job was the tin foil and baking soda. Third was the jeweler's product, and I feel that the Coca-Cola did absolutely nothing. So what did you think? Did you agree with my assessment of which one did the best job through the one that did the worst job? Would you try any of these methods on your silver jewelry? Now that I've found something that does appear to work, I'm going to have to clean all the rest of my jewelry. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps my channel. And engagement, like comments down below, help other people to find my channel that might enjoy it as well. I really appreciate all that. And I appreciate you coming along with me on Sherry Tries That. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Would you try any of these on your surf? I'll see you in the next video. Hi everybody. Welcome back to Sherry Tries That, or welcome if you're new to the channel. If you're new, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you will subscribe and watch all my other videos. The other day I was getting ready for work and I knew the perfect necklace to finish off my outfit. But when I went and got it, it was tarnished. And I have quite a little collection of silver necklaces that are tarnished. And I can't wear them. And I don't like that. Now, a while ago, I bought a product from a jeweler, which is a little jar of liquid, and it's got a little spinny dish in it, and it's supposed to clean your jewelry. And when I used it, I didn't feel like it did anything. So I haven't been using it. So I decided that this week I was going to look into some alternative methods of cleaning tarnish off of silver jewelry and give them a try. So let's take a look at a couple of different methods. So I picked 3 other methods and I am going to test them along with the jeweler's product just to compare it, see if it does a better job this time. I don't know. So we're going to test 4 products, including the jeweler's product. So we're going to test 4 different methods, including the jeweler's product. And let's see if any of them do the job.